I think this is sort of a don't ask, don't tell, don't discuss type issue in NFL locker rooms. I don't think they're spending a lot of time berating someone who doesn't get the vaccine. Are we discounting the blow to the Ravens a little bit based on the fact that Lamar Jackson seemingly can't avoid COVID?
Well, he's back now.
He's back now, but he's had it twice, and he's not going to get vaccinated. And he is the offense, the quarterback of the Ravens, who roster-wise should be a team that could contend for a Super Bowl. And that's a story that I think is sort of under-discussed at this point.
Well, it's not like he's got to get his timing down on the deep shots with the outside receivers because they're not capable of doing that. So, I think that his running is, pretty natural element of their offense that doesn't, I don't imagine, need the same level of refinement and practice. But it's not been a good camp for the Ravens, certainly.
Well, it's really a big year for him because he's now next up. He and Baker Mayfield are next up on the contract extensions. And both organizations have said they want to get something done. Lamar Jackson is apparently representing himself or through his mother, I believe, is the story. At least that's the case right now. Josh Allen just received his big-time extension, so that sets the bar. We don't expect the other two to surpass it. But if Mayfield has a monster season with the Browns, who knows what the Cleveland Browns end up doing? It makes sense for him to wait. Meanwhile, Jackson, it sounded like in the offseason, was wanting to get something done before the season started. It doesn't seem as though that pace is going at the same rate right now, although, there's still time left until September 12th when they kick off the season.
And generally, things get put aside once the season starts.
And especially whenever you're not at camp because of COVID, and then you get there and things are sped up even more, right?
Yeah, so I don't see how a team's not upset with you to a degree. And we talked here about Ryan Tannehill, who begrudgingly got the vaccine, but he got it because he didn't want to be separated from his teammates through the protocols and all of that. And ultimately, the way the league set things up, he felt like not getting it was going to hurt his ability to lead and have chemistry with guys, which is true. If you don't have it, it hurts your ability to lead and have chemistry and be present in the way that your colleagues around the league are going to be present. And so I think in that regard, Chad, that's a story. Lamar Jackson can't be present for his guys the same way a lot of his colleagues are present for their guys.
Based on the rules and
that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt the Ravens this year.
I think that quarterbacks get so much leeway in every locker room that it's not going to be an issue with his teammates because, first off, I think this is sort of a don't ask, don't tell, don't discuss type issue in NFL locker rooms. I don't think they're spending a lot of time berating someone who doesn't get the vaccine. I don't think they're spending a lot of time talking about it. And especially if you're a franchise quarterback for one of these teams, RPD in the feed said, well, I guess they're going to have to cut him because, some other guys are getting cut for not doing it. Well, you can cut the third-string linebacker to send a message. You can fire the position coach that's older and won't get a vaccine to send a message. You're not firing your franchise quarterback. Those guys are going to be able to do whatever they want with the organization. Now, the locker room question is a good one, Paul, but it just seems to me that quarterbacks in the NFL or really at any level, that they're given such leeway with a team and their teammates that I don't think it's going to be an issue with them. Now, the issue to me would be his availability and how it affects the Ravens more than anything else. I don't think it's going to be an issue where his teammates suddenly don't like him because he won't get vaccinated. But if this continues to happen, I'm someone that when I'm outside, mosquitoes flock to me. If there are mosquitoes around, I've got whatever the blood type is that mosquitoes go for. It seems like Lamar Jackson that COVID seems to find him wherever he is. I'm no scientist. I don't know what's going on there, but when you get the virus twice
in less than a
odds
year,
are he's not going to stop going out and doing things. He could get it again, and if it's a 2-week absence because he gets it again,
it's 2 games.
That's a huge football story for the Ravens.
Yeah, well, that's a huge football story. And I'm not saying his teammates are going to – his teammates should be angry if he's missing 2 games. But I'm not saying his teammates are going to be angry or it's going to be a topic of discussion. But I'm saying if he's got to sit for lunch over where Reed is off our screen here, and you and I are over here, and we're talking about that play at practice that was giving us problems, and our quarterback isn't involved in the discussion just by the pure logistics of the situation, that adds up over the course of the season to hurt the team. just on the logistics of the protocols, and he's hurting the team in that fashion, whether he gets COVID and misses 2 games or not, that there's a cumulative effect of that on a football team that's unhealthy. And he's hurting his team in that fashion.
Look, Ryan Tannehill is the shining example that the league wants to make. That here's a guy who otherwise was not going to get a vaccine and not get vaccinated, and because of these strict protocols and not hurting his team, they properly informed/shamed him into getting the vaccine. He didn't seem very happy about it when he talked about it, but he's doing that for his team so he can be around them and be eligible. Lamar Jackson's on the opposite side of that. Not seeing a ton of criticism on Lamar Jackson deciding not to do that. I don't think we're ever going to see it from inside the Ravens organization. Why? Because he's the franchise quarterback.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every time Outkick 360 goes live. We are live weekdays, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, right here across the Outkick network. And while you're at it, like this video and let us know what you think in the comments below.